Greetings, humans, and welcome aboard to our personal immersive journey titled The Lost One. It showcases not only alienated experiences of immigrants who crash landed on strange new lands while exploring themes such as belonging, cultural identity, language barriers, and the everlasting search for a place to call home.
This immersive journey of the alien has been crafted with the structure of emotion design in mind, starting with firstly the curiosity stage, where you first identify yourself as an alien rather than a human through a mirror before boarding the ship and crashing onto new lands. Next is the dilemma stage, as you try to culturally adjust to your new surroundings, but you clash into language barriers and cultural differences. After this, it's the crisis stage, where you experience discrimination and prejudice against your own kind. Then we reach the climax, as you feel the full extent of your emotional toll and social isolation taking in effect. After that, it's the change stage, where you find yourself transitioning from being homesick to feeling hopeful, seeing the light shining at the end of the tunnel. And finally, it's the success stage, as you find a sense of belonging amongst other similar-looking aliens, much like yourself, experiencing personal growth as you finally found a place to truly call home.
The case studies chosen for The Lost One has lots of similarities with its core concept, enabling us to craft the perfect immersive project. Starting with the short film called The Road Home, which follows 10-year-old Pico who's bullied at his boarding school back in his homeland, the Himalayas, for his distinct British accent, causing him to struggle fitting in with the others and eventually wanting to run away back to his home in London, where he grew up all his life. The second case study is the animated series Steven Universe, which follows the coming of age of a young boy named Steven, who's grown up on Earth his whole life and considers human life as his own. He soon finds out that he's actually part gem and starts spiraling into an identity crisis when stepping into his culturally new world, eventually coming into terms with who he is and embracing both parts of his identity. Both case studies deal with characters that have internal struggle to find acceptance and belongingness in a society, posing challenges to cultural identity, which is what The Lost One perfectly captures in essence. Now here's my co-host Safa to give you more details about the project.
Thank you, Jade. The Lost One has been created with incorporating aspects of immersive media, such as presence, user interactivity, and sensory engagement. This is evident in the storyboard/sensory map design, starting with the floor plan, where we can clearly see the environmental stages that the player walks through. From the curiosity at the spacecraft main deck, to dilemma in the forest, crisis at the bakery store, climax while entering the alleyway, change while exiting the lonely hall, to finally success in finding home within the alien-like community at the last destination, a fairy tale-like forest. Environments for spaces like the spacecraft's main deck and the bakery will consist of smooth and sturdy textures, like the cool metal surfaces, wooden stalls, and tables, featuring loud sounds of warning alarms, crashing sounds, and crowds of people talking along the shopping district. The smells here would be the most prominent, varying between smoke, oil, and freshly baked goods. And then we have environments like the alleyway, which will contain rough grounds, harsh yelling, and shouting that becomes muffled right after, with the faint smell of garbage combined with the metallic and concrete scent, which will add to the intense atmosphere as well.
The experience combines both physical and virtual elements, with structures that are sharp, the spaceship and more built in the real world, with the more fantastical elements such as the alien's appearance, the nature shifting, and some of the other humans coming to life via virtual reality. The prototypes for the exhibits such as the bakery will be created through Blender, which is a 3D modeling software.